Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a tutorial. So what's on the agenda, you may ask? We are going to turn a vertical layout into a teacher layout. This was a comment by, I believe it was Di a few weeks ago, and I thought that'd be brilliant. So that is what we're going to do. So the supplies I have, of course, these are from Stephanie at Squaird Plans. I'll leave a link for all of this stuff down in the description. These are her, I love her layouts. They're minimal, they're simple, I love them. And they're inexpensive, really. When you look at it in the grander scheme of things, this is the undated classic vertical. So I print them out. So you need this, you need a printer, or just your regular planner pages. You don't have to buy these if you've got a vertical. I bought these because I needed a mock-up for you guys to do this tutorial. But I have my paper trimmer, I have an eraser, I have my Uniball Signo, I have a pencil, and then I have a black Pentel Energel 0.3 pen, because that is what we are working with today. This pen is pretty much the same size as that. So we're going to start by trimming off these pages. Now, when I trim these pages, I start on the inside edge. Stephanie's layouts are awesome, but I find they're just a teeny smidge bigger on her guidelines than the actual Happy Planner size. So I start on the inside edge and we match up that line. And then I go to the bottom and I match up that line using her guides. And now is where I just use the ruler that is on the existing paper trimmer. So we go to 7 and we're going to trim that side, and then we'll go to 9 1/4 for the top. Oops. And then we're going to do the same with the other side. So I start on the inside edge, which means I flip her upside down so I can line it up. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably not, but her, like I said, they're just like a smidge, teeniest bit bigger than the 7 by 9 1/4. I don't know can you see that? Probably not. Like, it's just like, it is minimal, like super minimal. So we'll line that for 7, and then we're going to go back to the 9 1/4 and line that up. Okay, part 1 is done. Just put my paper trimmer off to the side and get these guys ready to go into the recycling bin. Now I'm going to grab my Happy Planner punch because, you know, we're going to need to put them in a planner. Word of advice, please make sure you put them together the right way. I've punched these wrong, so, you know, because I'm not paying attention. I'm on autopilot. And I punched them on the wrong side of the page. It happens. Okay, now we have a blank, or we need a blank canvas. This is where the Uniball Signo comes in. So I'm going to white out the existing lines on the planner spread. I prefer using the Uniball Signo because, one, it is finer in detail and a little bit less noticeable than if I was using traditional correction tape, and I can control it a little bit better. When I've used Tombow correction tape, I've accidentally covered up the vertical lines and then had to redraw them in. So this way, even though I kind of went on there, we'll just get rid of that. This way I can control how, what gets covered. And it's, like I said, it's a little less noticeable overall when it's done this way than it is if it's done with the traditional correction tape that's, you know, wider and a little bit different color. All right, so we're just working our way through, whiten up these lines. And while we're doing that, let's chat. Okay, so first, I want to extend a huge, absolute, gracious thank you, heartfelt and gracious thank you to each and every one of you that subbed on my other channel and helped me get to the 100 really quickly so I could claim my business name. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link in the description for the other channel. It is a channel that will be focusing on health and wellness for menopausal women, but women in general. because, you know, midlife women are my jam, but everybody is welcome over there as well. Oops, I missed a bit. There we go. Cover him up. I was having an issue with my business name. I needed to scoop it before things got rather complicated. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you. And my plan is to be placing or putting out content on that channel. I'm hoping for late May, early June will be the relaunch. I've had the channel for years because I've used it for the studio, but of course I'm in a different place now, so I'm like, well, I may as well use the channel. I've had it for like 12 years. It doesn't really have a ton on it. Let's use it. So if you would like to join me over there, you're more than welcome. It will be covering topics on, like I said, all health and women, health, wellness, and fitness topics for women, which brings me to my next point. I created an Ask Me Anything section again on the community boards on the Enchanted Planner channel. This one, though, is the health and wellness edition. So by all means, head on over to the community tab on this channel and drop your comments in. I'm asking for content ideas because I was mapping out content from my content buckets. And I thought, you know, why not ask you guys? You're the audience. What are you struggling with when it comes to health, fitness, and wellness? What are you struggling with when it comes to menopause? You know, is there anything that you would like your questions answered? Is there anything that you find very confusing? Are you looking for specific resources on things? Pop them into that community post and I will do my best to get content created to help you with whatever it is you need. Now, the other thing too that is mentioned in that community board post is if you're not comfortable talking about it on the post, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram, or you can email me privately with at my email address, which is also in the community board post. So just, you know, take a look over there, pop them all in. I shall do my best to get you the resources and the help you need, because, you know, together we rise, right? And, you know, there's that old quote too, and I cannot remember who said it, but a rising tide lifts all boats. And I think that society divides us too much as women. My whole mission in life is to bring women together and create community and culture, because we like our community culture. You look at the amazing community we have built right here on this channel, right? We've all done it. It's been a beautiful thing to watch develop. Okay, so the lines are whited out. The next part is we need to put lines back on. So I've grabbed my longer acrylic ruler. The boxes on the teacher layout are 1.5 inches in size. So we're going to mark, I'm just going to get my ruler lined up here. I'm going to mark at 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. And then we're going to do the same over here. So I have a guideline to go in. I'm using pencil because I do not trust myself to do this in pen. I'm hung up on the, it's going to be difficult. I'm hung up on the punches, the little holes for the punches. Okay. So we need 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. Now let's go line them up and get these drawn in. I always do things in pencil because I don't trust myself to make a straight line. It's bad. Sometimes it just goes whoop. And I cannot explain to you why that happens. It's like, you know, some oddity. And I know I'm not alone in it either. Other people have the same issue. It's like, I don't know why I can't draw a straight line, especially when I got guidelines, right? Nope, sometimes I still end up wonky. Just stay put, please. Okay, so that takes care of the left side. Now let's go to the right. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go 1.5, 3, 4.5, and 6. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. I love this clear ruler so bad. It's like so neat to have because I can actually see what is underneath. All right, so let's do this. Got our lands and our second box and our third box. And then the last line to create the fourth and fifth boxes. Perfect. Okay, let's make sure they're straight. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so now this is where the 0.3 pen comes in, because we're going to come back in here and we're going to draw over our pencil lines. Now, the one thing I will say about doing the teacher layout this way is we don't have the round edges, because that's one of the things that kind of drives me a bit nuts about the teacher layout is all these rounded edges. Ugh, right? And the double line between the boxes. I'm forever whiting the thing out. So when I finish that planner, I don't know that I'll buy another teacher planner. I might just start doing this instead, or buy Stephanie's layout, because hers is fairly minimalistic too. Actually, I already have her teacher layout. What am I talking about? I was using it before. Derp. I have most of her layouts, to be honest with you. I love them. They're really inexpensive. And so long as you don't mind printing, you're good to go. Okay, see? Check that out. We now have a teacher layout, and it's a clean looking teacher layout. It's not rounded corners and double lines and weird colors, because sometimes the teacher planner has a rainbow thing going on, which is maddening when you are trying to color coordinate things. And I like just plain minimalistic black and white. Give me black and white. Let me do whatever I want color wise, and we are good to go. Okay, and then our last line is right there. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so now we need to do some erasing. Not a ton, because I didn't make them super heavy with the pencil. Now I got more pencil stuff. I need to get one of those little desktop vacuums. It would be so much easier than having to shuffle them into my hand and then into the trash. I could just vacuum them all up. Keep meaning to look at one on Amazon, but I always forget. I always forget until I'm doing something like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to order one of those, and I still haven't. It's one of those, if I don't write it down, it gets forgotten. Let's just shove that all off the side. All right, so now we have a very, very minimalistic, very easy to do teacher layout. For some reason, my pen smudged. I don't know why, but this is just a demonstration layout anyways, because I don't need to convert, but it was a request by Di a few weeks ago, so I thought, why not? Let's do it. So now that we've got the basic layout, we have a complete open option on what we can use it for. Like my teacher planner, I absolutely love this layout. I love it. It is so functional. It's like perfect. I'm sacrificing decor options, obviously, because I can't really go too deep into the actual layout, but it's worth it for the functionality it affords me. Sometimes it's a trade-off, right? Sometimes you got to give up a little bit of something to get more functionality, or a little bit of functionality to get more decor. There, I don't think there exists the perfect thing, but this is super functional. Like I use mine for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then movement, and then I track water, my sleep score, hours of sleep, my supplements, and then my self-care score. And if you're not familiar with what my self-care is, that is this one, where I had it like not that long ago. Where are you? It's this one. So I created this a while ago, just as sort of a guide. So I make sure that I'm actually like taking care of myself every day. You know, simple things like getting my butt ready in the morning, and at least not getting ready in the conventional, I'm getting made up and but getting my butt into real clothes instead of sweatpants, because I live in athletic wear, being a trainer and a health coach. But, you know, you feel a little bit better sometimes when you're in real people clothes. Like, you know, or things like my morning and evening skincare, or making sure I drink at least 75 ounces of water every day. These, there's like, you know, a ton of them. So I like to sit at about 7 or 8. Most of the time lately, I've been sitting at 6 or 7, which is not optimal, but you know, I like it. It just makes sure that I do things for myself every day, you know, because I'm of no use to anyone else if I can't function. So, all right, was there anything else I was going to share with you guys about this? So yeah, like I said, I use this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then my movement, and then this is all sort of stats down the bottom, stats that I keep. So it works perfectly. And I mean, you could, if you wanted to take the time to, you could measure out the box and create lines in the box if you wanted to. But I think that this is perfect. I mean, the only place maybe where I would need lines if I was doing this would be the bottom, because I put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But even still, like, it's relatively easy to just go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. See, I actually went a little bit on the gray or the conservative side, and I had way more room than I needed. And then, like I said, this one is my breakfast, and then lunch, and then dinner. I've also, oh, this is movement. And then I've also done it where I've gone, what did I do? I'm trying to remember the old way I used this. Maybe it was the same. Yeah, it must have been the same every breakfast every day, lunch every day, dinner every day, right? But this is an awesome way to simply convert a vertical layout into a teacher layout. And yeah, it's a little bit more labor intensive, but I think at the end of the day, if you are trying to conserve money and be a little bit more on the budget and using what you have as opposed to going out and buying more, this is the bet. This is the best bet. If you already have an existing vertical, convert it into a teacher layout. Give it a try. You never know, you might love it, right? Okay, you guys, that's a wrap for this tutorial. If you have any other ideas that you would like to see for tutorials, or have me figure out something to do for a hack for it, throw them in the comments. I'm always receptive to that stuff. You know that. I think that's it, you guys. If you're not subscribed, of course, consider subscribing while you're here. Hit the like button if you like the video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.